Okay, my name is Rhonda Grant Connolly. I first got involved with MMIP in 2016 when my nephew, Matthew Rattlesnake Grant, he went missing in December of 2015. It was December 15th, 2016. He went missing for 4 weeks. And we didn't have any type of assistance whatsoever from the law enforcement. They didn't take us seriously. They assumed because he was young that he was partying and that he would soon return. And so it was, the blizzard conditions were like minus 20, 30, snow blowing. And my brothers and sisters and my nephews and nieces, they'd go out every night in the snow every day searching for him. And of course, and then we had several people call us from all over saying that they had sightings of him. So we made posters and it'd go to Kalispell and it'd go to Great Falls. And this is like, roads they're not in the condition to be traveling. I told my husband, I said, he's not there. I just knew when he went missing that something happened that day when we didn't hear from him. And he said, just leave him, let him be. He said, because that's keeping our minds busy. I said, but it's not safe out there. So when it went on, finally, about the third week, Robert DeRozier and Tyson Reddingwolf. Robert DeRozier's with Homeland Security, and Tyson Reddingwolf was on the council at that time. They, they finally stepped up and said they'd help us, the search party together. Then also some other people joined. And after I want to say the fourth week, someone found a ping off his phone. The police did, and they went rushing out around Star School. And they went to this place and questioned that we kind of had an idea that these people that were involved, they were. That's where he was. So when my family, they rushed out there and they went. The people would let them on their property. And the sheriff, and then the next day, the sheriff and them and the police department, they decided to get together and go out there also, but they wouldn't let them, they didn't have a warrant. So in the meantime, I'm thinking that he may have been out there and that they moved him. And the 4th, it was January, it was New Year's Eve, where he was at a housing project, they call them the college homes. He was dumped in an alley. And he had his shirt was pulled up, kind of, you could tell someone just took him through, tossed him out, and he was laying in a fetal position. And he had ice in his hair. And I was thinking, in order to have ice in his hair, he must have still been warm when they threw him out. Because, it'd start collecting and it froze. And that's what I heard. There's several rumors heard that he was, that they moved him several times. They had him in a shed, and he was alive all that time. They took turns watching him. They beat him, and there's other things they did I don't want to say because they're still investigating it. And I guess one of the ladies said that they heard him talking. There's a group of them. They said that he was begging. He said, "I just want to see my mother." He was from Canada. He just moved here in 2015. He was living with his mother. That's where she's from. Her name is Elena Rattlesnake, and he was my brother's son, Ray Grant, but he passed also. So he wanted to move here, and I really didn't want him to come. I just had this feeling I didn't want him here at all. But he called out of the blue, and he told me he was across the border. So we had to, my sister and I, during the winter, it was October, it was ugly out. We drove up and we picked him up, and he was just To him, it was, he got out, he said, Auntie, can I get a picture of us in front of Chief Mountain? And I said, sure. So him and my sister got out and I took a picture of him, and he stood there and he looked around and he was going, oh, America. You know, I was thinking, my poor brother, this place, I never really cared for it. I mean, my nephew, I said, and he thought, you know, it was, to him, it was a blessing, yeah, that he was finally here. And he was only here for a year. And that's when, and he didn't really know anyone. And that's why, you know, we don't know what happened because of people. He was living with my sister, Rhonda at the time. And someone pulled up, they knocked on the door, and it was a young kid. And she looked, and it was a girl that was driving. She had her hair kind of blonde and she had glasses on and she didn't know who they were. He just said, I'll be right back. And he left and he never did come back. So that's what, you know, and that was why I knew something happened to him, because he was always with one of my nephews or my cousins. And then prior to before his death, he met Alexis.
Alexis, isn't it?
Alexis, that's her granddaughter. And she was, I didn't know her. We just met her after all this happened and he went missing, and she was pregnant. So she had a baby, that little guy, little Matthew, she named him after Matthew. And he was born, 5 months after we found him?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he never met his father, and she moved on and she has another family, you know, which is great and whatnot, but I haven't seen him. Oh, we need to see him.
No, we guys, they're going to try to come up December.
Good, let us know.
No, I won't.
But yeah, so, and this is a picture of Matthew here. And then, you know what, this is what makes this upsetting, and like I said, I've been through too much in my lifetime. His mother, he was murdered in December, and in the spring, she took her own life, she hung herself. And then, he passed 2016, murdered in 2016, and then, Christmas Eve, 2017, my niece hung herself. She was close to him, and it just tore her apart, you know, what happened. And then I guess before she did take her own life, she was reading, they had a poster of him, missing poster that FBI put out there, and it was all over the United States, and people were making comments, and they were making rude comments. It really hurt her. You know how people are cruel? And they said, I don't think they thought they made him up. They said, I don't think he's real. He said, a lot of times they do that just to, I don't know, I was reading some of it too, and it was this hateful, mean, ignorant things they were saying. And they weren't, to me, I don't think they were, you know, native. I think they were, you know, more or less white people, so. But yeah, that's what was very upsetting. I don't know what but you know, it's upsetting because now it's 6 years, still no justice. Their excuse is that they don't have any witnesses. Nobody really come forward, or they won't talk. I had plenty of people, you know, tell me that they know when I talk to so-and-so, but when we talk to them, they don't know nothing. That's why we're not getting anywhere. And the FBI said another thing that's making it so hard is that he was missing for weeks, and the rumors. He said they really escalated, and they're awful rumors, real awful rumors. And he said, and what's going on is that we have to investigate each rumor so they don't know fact from fiction, you know. So that's why they're not getting anywhere. And And yeah, it's devastating.